Hello, I'm Todd Huckabee, and this is my tournament partner, Barry Morrow. Today we're going to be talking about a great new product from Lindy. It's called the Lindy Exchange Jig System, and this is going to just completely change the way that crappie fishermen, all pan fishermen fish, because now you can change color and weight of a jig head without retying. I'll show you real quick. This is really simple. All you have to do is, with the bait still on here, you can just pop this jig head off, grab a different weight or a different color, pop it on there, and you're ready to go. Today we're going to take this new exchange jig. We're going to go back in here. We've got some standing timber, some boat arcs, some cedar trees, and we're going to go in here and I'm going to show you how this jig will be so important, because crappie, it's all about the fall rate, and what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and test out the different weights and the different colors and see if we can catch some fish. And Barry, I'll tell you one thing that I really like about the exchange jig also is that wide hook. It seems like every fish that I catch with that is right in the roof of the mouth, and you can just sling them in the boat and you really don't have to worry about them getting off. It makes a huge difference, I think, in tournament fishing and in guiding, to be able to have that wide of a gap hook where you don't have to worry about them hooked right on the outside of the mouth and losing fish.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure the gap itself is wider than our normal hooks that most people are using.
Right.
Makes a big difference.
You bet. Cloud cover and rain, they may be kind of scattered around for a little bit. The sun's getting ready to shine here in about 30 minutes. And ought to really move on to this wood. There he is.
Not a big one, but at least it's a bite.
You know, I want to show you something. Everybody always thought I was crazy. I still have people every couple of days ask me, now, do you really use that big of a bait, or do you just talk about it? You know, I want to show you something on this fish. Look at this fish's mouth. This is about a 7.5 to 8 inch crappie, and he had absolutely no problem eating that bait. This 1/4 ounce head and 2 inch beaver tail, I mean, those fish have no problem eating it. In fact, we clean fish, sometimes it'll be 10 inches long, that'll have 3 and 4 inch fish in their belly. So, you know, when you're fishing this muddy water like this, the bigger bait's always going to get a better bite. All right, bud, give me one of those heavier heads. So this is a great thing about this exchange system is, you know, we pull up here, and obviously he got bit twice right off the bat by using a heavier head. You can see this is the size I was using, which is an 1/8 ounce, which is a really good size to start with, but he was getting bit really quick in this tree that I was flipping in, because that bait was falling faster and he was getting a reaction bite. And so I don't even have to retie. I can just pop that old one off, put a new one on, put that same color jig head on, and that way I can keep up with him.
What do you got now? Boy,
you can't be picky. See, Barry, that's what I was talking about this jig. You see how that 10 degrees makes a world of difference in where it hooks them. You know, you're hooking fish right in the roof of the mouth where you're not going to lose them, as opposed to right on the edge here in this soft part where you really don't want to lose a fish because he'll get off. But right. Man, I'll tell you what, that hook sticks them.
There he is.
Look at that. Right in the skull. You know, it's pretty hard to miss a fish when you hook him right there. It's amazing how hard that part of a crappie's mouth is. And if you don't believe that, the next fish y'all catch at home, take the hook out, stick that hook up there on the roof of the mouth, and try and look at how much pressure it takes to push that hook through. And you really understand why you need a really good sharp hook that doesn't flex. You know, a lot of people use really cheap hooks in their jigs that flex because they want to be able to bend them out if they get hung up. I don't want that. I want a hook that does not flex at all, because whenever I set the hook, I want all that pressure right on that point.
That goes to show you. They're definitely, they're twins.
I just didn't have as hard a time getting mine in the boat as you did.
I tell you what, I make it exciting. I'm going to change colors of heads. See if it makes a difference. I think I'm going to pick that pink out. I'm going to go back to a little lighter and see if the fall, that sun coming out might make us a difference. Can't believe how easy it is to push on. Quick to change. All right, good to go. There he is.
Get him out of there, buddy.
Ooh, son.
Good.
That's what we're here for. That, another double almost. That one's hooked right inside the mouth again.
So
Swallowed it, inhaled it.
Once again, that that shows you the advantage of that exchange jig is that you had put that lighter jig on for a little while and then you went back to this heavier jig, and that was the first time you dropped that heavier jig down, you caught that fish.
There's another one.
Double. That's awesome. That didn't get any better than that. I mean, just right in the roof of the mouth, right at pound fish. Just absolutely hammered it.
Buried the hook.
It's pretty awesome that you can just decide in your mind. Fishing is so much about color. Crappie are sight feeders and silhouettes, and especially with your watercolor, and even in the watercolor that we have today, as muddy as it is, there's a lot of difference between when it's cloudy and when it's sunny, and it's really awesome just to be able to change color, change size without having to retie. You just get to fish so much longer throughout a day. If you've only got 6 hours to fish, and you'd end up wasting half an hour retying with the number of times we've changed jig colors and weights today. You didn't catch that fish?
It was slow there, wasn't it? It's still in the bone of that fish, the mouth there. The top of it.
No keeper?
Good looking keeper. Good eating size fish. That's what I like about them. There.
Get him out of there.
There
About
he is.
time.
Again, swallowed it. And they're hit. That one there hit just as he got clear to the bottom of the depth I had set. Nice fish.
I'll shoot you out, he'd hit. And that's what's really cool about this Lindy Exchange jig system. We're out here and the wind just picked up probably 10 mile an hour faster than what it was, and just really couldn't control this bait, couldn't keep the line tight. The 1/8 ounce that I was using, I can just pop on a 1/4 ounce and keep my line tight and hopefully catch a fish.
Boy, you're exactly right. Boy, fishing straight down, vertical jigging, and trying to get a feel for a bite. You can't even feel your jig head when the wind's really getting up like it is right now. We probably got 10, 15 mile an hour wind starting up. I'm going to replace this 1/8 ounce jig head and put in a 1/4 ounce. Makes a big difference in the feel. More bite, and just slips right in and snaps in. As soon as you hear that snap, you're good to go. Make a big difference in catching fish.
Told you. I got them fenced in. Got that electric fence running around these trees. Keep them in there.
Boy. Still in the top of the mouth. It's good hooks in. Good fish. That in there, you know.